Hello, guys. Good evening. How are you all? Can you just type hi if you can hear us so that we can get a confirmation?
Hello, Vinita. Am I audible right now?
Yes, Shashank, you are.
Okay. Today's topics are modules and regular expressions. So, regular expression is a module in Python that we're going to use to search a pattern in a string or to search a part in a string. So, to learn regular expressions, first we learn what is a module and what can we do with a module. Let me just share my screen for a second. Just take a second. Okay, today's Python. It is a Python stream, and we're gonna learn about modules today. So, what is a module? A module is a file with Python code in it. The code that can be formed with different variables, functions, and classes defined in it. This file name becomes a module name. What is a module? The module is actually nothing but it might be a folder or a file, a single file. A folder consisting of different of Python code or Python files, or it can be a single file also. A file is considered to be a model in Python. Okay, to use module in another file, we use the word keyword import. Okay, and they can be functions, variables, and classes, different types of classes and everything. Okay, so let's just see what we can do. Let's just see what we can. I mean, how can we do it, and what are the advantages of it first? Advantages of modules are divided into three. We can reuse the code whatever you have written in one file and different files n number of times. Is Modules are just like functions, whatever we use. So it's like if you write why do we use a function? A function is used because it can be used again and again, because we need the same answer in the even after some time, even after 100 codes of line, we need again the same code from the top. So we use functions to make it easy for us to remember and not to type 100 lines of code again and again. In the same way, modules are used. Modules are used in same way, like if we need a function of pi, or sorry, the value of pi, or we need the function of factorial. We don't have to write the function each and every time in each and every file. So instead of doing that, we give a file a name and we import that file name and the function into another file to use it. We'll see about it see live about it in the future. Okay. It's simple. The module focuses on some portions of the problem rather than focus on the entire problem. So right now we have to create a calculator application. So when you're creating a calculator application, what we do is we write the code function for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And then what we do is we then use those functions in the main function wherever we have to use it, wherever the user has to use it. But what if the person told you create the whole software and calculator is just a part of it? What we're going to do is we're going to just name the calculator as a class and put it in a file called calculator.py. And remember this, modules always have a .py files in it. Okay, either it is one or many. Okay, so what happens is right now we're taking the calculator class. So there's a calculator class, there's a timer class, there's a stopwatch class, and there are n number of application, whatever you need in that software has their own modules in there. So that whenever the user needs it, you just access those modules and get the function from there. Okay, understood? Thank you. So now even it is simply you can, what you call is, we can divide everything into different parts. So we can use it wherever we want, whenever we want, however we want to. And simplicity, that means that we could just like write a Python file, keep a name for it, and just import it. We don't have to run the commands and everything. Okay. So this is really useful when we're creating high-end applications and everything. Okay. Now the scope, even this scope definitions, right? Like if you write a variable inside a class, it just stays inside the variable. Yeah. To also maintain that, Python modules are used so that you don't go away and there are n number of variables running around in and around different files. So what happens is, if we change a variable in one place and it stays there until we use it again in another file. Okay, even the scope thing, we'll learn about it right now. So I'll stop sharing my screen and open a compiler for you. uh, 1 minute. Okay, now here we are in the compiler. Let me delete all the files. Yes. Okay, this is the main.py. Let's create a new file. Let's create a new file. We'll name it as hi.py. As I have told you that file name should always have .py in it, because we are specifying that this is a Python file or Python module. Okay, so we write hi.py. Now, what can we write in hi.py? I want a function that returns hello world. So we'll write hello. This is a function that returns a value like hello world. Okay, so this is a function in it. Now, what happens here is we have to import that hi.py into this file. So how we can do is import hi. That's it. We just have to write import hi and we have to leave it. It is going to import the hi.py file in this. And the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to print the function or the value over here. The value over here was hello world. So hello world, it is going to print or not, we'll just see right now. Hello. W-D. So hello world is printed. See, we can see right now that hello world is printed. So this means is the module is working. There are n number of modules. Even the function print is actually in the module. Whatever you see, it is integrated into the Python application. I mean, default modules. Whatever we have installed in the starting before using the Python completely from our computers. So what the module does is it's going to divide the code into different parts, so that we don't have to run and search it in every single file where the code is. it is also easy for us to access anything. Okay, now let's see, like you want, this is what you call as a custom module or user defined module, so that we can define a file or define a function right over here and access this to the next file. Okay, but what you know that there are a lot of modules that are inbuilt in the Python, like we have the math module. Okay, let's high b right over here, hide it, and we'll import another one called math. Now, this will print hello world, and the next line we're gonna print the value of pi. See, now we have the value of pi in the math for module, so that now we can access it. So these are the default values and functions and methods and classes. So I didn't create a file called math.py, but it's still giving us the value. So this tells us that these are the default modules, whatever are there in the Python. Whenever you downloaded it from the browser or any uh, internet explorer or anything, these are all always downloaded, and these are present everywhere. Mat.py, and there are a lot like iter tools which have combinations and permutations in it to use it, and regular expressions which we're going to be learning right now. uh, Regular expressions and a lot of things like that. Okay, so the modules are always useful, and we can create a custom modules. And the advantage of modules are three: reusability, simplicity, and also what was that? And scope. Scope is actually a lot important, because when you define something in one function, it should not go for farther away until you use that function, or you know where that variable is going, or how you're using that variable. So please take care of the scope thing. Okay. So this is about modules. Back to Vinita right now. Vinita?
Yes, Shashank. So, guys, if anyone of you have any doubts regarding modules, you can just put it down.
See, whatever doubts or questions, even if it's a silly thing, you can just ask us right now. We are
Yeah.
not, yeah, like we're not gonna scold you, or we're not gonna even tell you like why didn't you listen it right now or anything like that. Okay, you can just ask freely. Uh, the applications of modules are a lot. You whenever you want frameworks on Python like Django and all those things are also on modules. So to even run those things, you have to understand about what is a module, and you've learned about classes, I think, right? Last session. Even those classes and all classes and everything are all integrated into modules. Okay, so modules are most probably used in open source, like to get it into open source for website like GitHub and everywhere, so that you can download them easily and reuse them whenever you want it. They're also a lot simple to understand and see everywhere. You can get it on GitHub. So a lot of modules are present over the GitHub, and that's what you can use it. Advantages of modules are a lot, so be careful with them. Do you have any questions still? There are no questions. So, no. See, you can create an object with using it's like a mod. You can't create an object of a module. You can create an object of a class present in the module. Did you get me? Akhilesh Chaudhary. Did you get me about it? Okay, Shadra, did you get me? Replying. It's like, hello, is he there? Yeah, okay. So you got it. Good. Any other doubts? Yeah. Okay, Akhilesh, I'll just share my screen and show you how you can create a module and how you can create an object actually from the class. See, now I've written a class over here called hi, and this has a method called hello world in it, which returns the string hello world. So we want this hello world to be printed right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna import hi and math that is for pi actually. We'll just take it off. And okay, now we have created an object of high class as a. Okay, the object a defines high class, which is present in another file here. Okay, so high class is an object of a is the object of the class high. Now this is an object, and there is a method called hello world here. So this hello world now how we have to access is same as any other function. Sorry, in any other class. Okay. However you accept a method from a class in the same way you're gonna do it right here. So it's like a dot hello, which I've written right over there, hello world, and as it is a function, we're gonna use that parenthesis, or else I'll just show you one more thing. If we have a value called jk and we give a value of 20, 1, 2, right? And now if you print the same value, a dot jk, we don't need parentheses over here because this is a method and that's a variable. And here this is a variable of the class a. Sorry, hi. This is a method of the class hi. So let's run it and see if it works or not. Yeah, it's working. So this is how you access a class from a module or from another file. Okay, so this is also a scope. I have told you about scope, right? So if you just try to print like print hi.jk, it's not gonna print anything right over here because jk hi has no attribute called jk because jk is present inside the class called hi. Do you get me? So that is how the scope is really defined in a method, and you can't use it anywhere. That's what you call this. Is this gives you constraints for the variables wherever you want, whenever you want to. Okay. Back to you, Vinita. So, any other doubts?
If there are no more doubts, we'll just move on to regular expressions. I'll just share my screen. Okay. So as we've discussed about modules right now, regular expressions is also a module that's present in Python, and this module contains many functions in it. What basically regular expression does is that it is a sequence of characters that forms a search pattern. So if you give a string, okay, and you give a search pattern, it will just find if that is there in that or not. Or there are other functions that will say the count of that sequence. There are multiple functions using this regular expressions. Regular expressions are like very much useful for problem solving that deal with strings and lists also sometimes. So these are a couple of functions that are inside the regular expression module. Find all, search, split, and sub. We'll just see what each function does in detail, in the later phase. So what find all does is that it returns a list containing all matches. Okay, and search function, it returns a match object if there's a match anywhere in the string. So what if there are multiple matches in the string? If there are multiple matches, it returns the first match of the string. And what does the split function does is that if you mention a character and if that character is present in your string, it just splits that into two parts. Wherever that character is present, it will split that into two parts or how many parts ever. And then subfunction replaces one or more matches with the string. So we'll just look into all these functions in detail. So coming to the find all functions. So this is how we import the module. As you've seen, Shashank already showed us how we import that. So import RE. We use RE for regular expressions. And then here I'm giving a text, the rain in Spain, okay? And I'm just saying that find all AI. So I want to find this occurrence of this string in my text. So the text I've given is rain in Spain, and I want to find the occurrence of AI in that string. And I'll just print X. So what will the output be? All the occurrences of AI in the given string, right? So this is about find all function. We're moving on to the search function. So the search function, as I said, it searches the string of the match and returns the match object if there's a match. If there's more than one match, as I told you, the first occurrence of the match will be returned. Next. Here also the same thing. They have given the same text. Only difference is that here I'll just say re.find all. Here I'll just say re.search. It will search. /s basically means the white space. I'll just show you a list of meta characters that you can use, like /s. There are multiple things like /d, /w, and there are different meanings for each one of them. So if you just go to W3 schools, I hope you're able to see this. So there are this list of meta characters that you can use and even the special sequences that I was talking about. So white /s, right? So this means it contains a white space character, and /S, which does not contain a white space character. Same thing with /d also. It means that it contains digits, and /D does not contain digits. So like this, you have to remember. I'll just tell you a few things that are really important is the /D, /S, and /S, and the /W. Returns a match where the string contains word characters, like characters from A to Z, digits, and an underscore character. So these will be really helpful while you do this problem solving in any of the competitive coding and other things also. And the sets are also very much important, especially this A to Z and 0 to 9. These ones are important. And yeah, that's all about these. So just make a note of this and you'll just understand regular expressions in seconds. So coming back to the PPT. Yeah, so the search function, what it does is that it will just see if the white space character is present in the given space, is present in the given string or not. So in that given string, I have three spaces, right? The space, rain space, in space, Spain. So three spaces I have. So what I'm saying is that the first white space character is located in position x dot start. So what does x dot start give is that From the starting, it's counting the number of spaces. Uh, from the starting, it is telling me the position of the space that I'll get. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So it is just saying that in the third position, I'll have my first space character. That is about the search function. And coming to the split. So what does split do is that here also I'm just saying that whenever I get a space character, I have to split the given string. So the first space character that I got was after the. So because I'm mentioning one, it will just split the sentence whenever the first space character occurs. Okay. Let me just show this by compiling. Just 1 second, guys. I'll just share. Yes, so I hope this is visible. So we're just saying 1 second. Increase it a bit. Yeah. So I'm just saying import re. I'm giving my text, the rain in Spain, and I just said x is equal to re dot split. Whenever I have a space character, I'm just splitting that. So I'll just remove this one here and we'll just run. So what the output is now, whenever I have a space character, it is splitting the sentence. Before what I did was, if I just put one, only once it will do the operation. So once only. If I just put two here, then what it is, after there's one space character, so it will divide. Rain, it will divide. In Spain, it doesn't divide. So only two times the division occurs. So one, two. So I'll get three different elements in the list. Coming to the next 1 second. PPT. Yeah, the sub function. So what sub function will do is that it will just replace. It will find wherever the space character is there. If it is a space character, then it will replace that with 9. That is with the sub. And same thing, just as we saw with the split function, two times it will perform this operation. So if I give comma 2, it is saying that the 9, ray 9 in Spain. If I just give 1 here, then the output would be the 9 rain space in space Spain. Okay, I hope you got it. And this is all about regular expressions, guys. So before we go further, I just want to discuss a few problems so that you'll understand regular expressions more clearly, because just with theory, regular expressions cannot be understood. So for the first problem, what we'll do is that we'll write a program to check if the string contains digits and alphabets. Okay, so my string should not contain any spaces. If my string contains only digits and alphabets, it should written yes, or in the other case it should written me no. Okay, so we'll just write a program for that. In the meanwhile, if you have any doubts, please do ask. So what I'll do, I'll just give a string with digits and numbers. Okay, so I'll just say A5 and some capital letters and numbers. Okay. So one way which you can solve this is that I'll just say r is equal to query dot find all of A to Z, and then capital A Z, and 0 to 9. My text. Done. And what I'll say is that if len of text equal to len of r, print yes. Else I'll just print no. Okay, 1 second. So it has given me yes, right? Let me just give some spaces in between and run it again. It's giving me yes even then. Okay, so this code doesn't work for this thing. We have to improvise it. Or else, what I can just do is that I'll just take an input without using regular expressions. What you can do, you take the input, and if you just say if space in s print no, I'll just print yes. And just give the input as something like that. You give me yes. Hopefully, if I give space, you give me no now. It's going me no. This is a way you can do it without regular expressions. And then moving on to the next problem. In the next problem, what we'll do is that we'll just write a Python program that matches a string. So basically, my string should start with A, okay? And it can have B's following it. So the number of B's can be 0 or more than that. Okay, so this is a valid string in that case. AB is a valid string. ABB, sorry. AB will be valid. ABB will also be valid. Okay. A null string will not be valid, or something like ACB should also not be valid. Okay. So this would be the problem. For this, what we'll do is that again we'll say input read. And again, I'll take a string. Just say ABB. And I'll say if re dot Yes, it should start with A and then will be my string also. 1 second. This should be find all. Right. If I give A, will be yes. If I give A, C, will be no. So that is with this one. Even if I give A, B, 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 it should work. Done. So that was with this. And coming to the split one, the split, what we generally do is that if we get the input, suppose we want in some problems they give you input as 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, but you want to take the input as 1, 2, 3, 4 in a list format. So while you take the input itself, you can do that. So let me just show you. I'll just say L is equal to list of map of. If you want to take it as an integer, then you have to use this map int comma split. I'll just say print L. Okay. Sorry, int comma input without doing input when I'm splitting. So comma input dot split. Okay. What this will do is that it will split the given input with spaces because I'm not providing any parameter here. If I want to split it with commas, then I'll give here comma. If I don't give it anything, it will by default split the input with the spaces. So first, because I told you I explained it with commas, let me just do it with them. I'll say 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4. So that is the list. If I don't use split, if I just say list of input, in that case, what will be the output? 2, comma 3, comma 4. Even the comma will be as an element of the list, which we don't want while we solve problems. So if you want to do that, use this map of and comma input dot split method. That is one thing. And the one program that I want you guys to do as homework is that take a string. Okay. Suppose S is equal to XL7 8 9, like this. Okay. Extract numbers from this. Okay. So if you want to extract, how will you extract numbers? You use this find all method, re dot find all, find all of slash t comma s, right? And you'll assign it to some d, suppose. Okay. And you'll just print d. In this case, what you'll get all your numbers. Right? You're getting all your numbers. What I want you to do is extract those numbers and print only the even numbers. So what are the even numbers in this case? Only 6 and 8, right? So I want the output as 6 comma 8 in the list. I don't want 7 and 9 because they are odd numbers. Okay. So this will be one of the problem that you will have to submit in the attendance list also. So only if you submit that one, you'll be getting attendance, else will not. Oh, yeah, that's it, guys. So if you have any doubts, you can just ask. Shashank, are you here?
I'm here. I'm here. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, Shashank.
Yeah. So there are a number of modules, and one of the modules is regular expression, which we use actually in a lot of places. When we create higher end projects and everything, when you have to see that if it's an email or not, I mean, if it's a number or not, if it's what do you call it, just a string or not. In that way, even you can use patterns in it. And any other uses, Nita?
Email extraction, as you said, mostly people use it for that only.
So any doubts, any comments? Anyone? I mean, please.
Even if
Nita, you're
everything
on
is
mute.
clear, yeah, even if everything is clear, just put out a message that it's clear, or you can ask doubts. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
If you have any doubts related to previous sessions, also you can ask us. I don't see anyone asking any questions in a Telegram group.
I think it's all clear for them.
Clear, okay. Guys, the attendance link has been shared in that. So as I told you, there's one section for this problem that I told you. What you do is that in this online GDP, um, that compiler, I'll just show you because I'm not sure if you know that. So here you'll have an option to share. So once you write down your code, something here, you'll just go to this share option and copy this link here and paste it in there, okay, in the form that we've provided. If anyone has a doubt regarding the question, you can ask me. Can you keep next time onwards in Google Meet? Okay, Satvik, the last sessions were taken on Google Meet itself, but then you guys only requested us to take it on YouTube because you want the sessions to be recorded. On Google Meet, the sessions would be taken, but you'll have to attend it only live. The attendance link isn't opening. Is that the case, Sisira? Yeah, Satvik. So that was the problem with Google Meet. We couldn't get the recorded sessions, but if we make it on YouTube, the sessions can be recorded. Okay, we'll just check with the attendance link once again. Okay, in the meanwhile, if you have any more doubts, please ask. Okay, done. It's working now.
If you, we have 10 minutes, right?
On Telegram. Okay, I'll put that in the Telegram. Don't worry. Yeah, Shashank.
Yeah, we have 10 minutes, right? We can go with another module.
Yeah, you can.
So it's a small module called as ITER tools. I just told you, right? So this module gives us the values of permutations and combinations. Okay. So this is how you import the module, and it has a lot of what do you call, lot of methods and lot of classes. But mostly we use this permutations and combinations. So what is a permutation? A permutation is something like you give a list of numbers to it, and it is going to rearrange its places. That is permutation. Okay. 1 minute. Hold on. Okay. So if you are giving only two, what do you got? Two elements into this, and if you run it, it is going to change only two places, either 1 2 or 2 1. Okay. So this is permutation. Permutation doesn't choose anything; it just rearranges the places. Okay. So while as when coming to the combinations, right over here, just a moment. In combinations, you give a list of numbers and you tell the computer to choose only three from the list. So what does it do is, if I give three of the numbers and if I tell them to choose one, so the answer we're gonna get is one, two, and three. So those are the values we're gonna get. And if we give the value two, the pattern in which you can choose is 1 2, 1 3, or 2 3. 3 1 and 1 3 both are same. So here what's the problem is combination doesn't rearrange the places. If you write A, B or BA, both are the same things over there for combinations. But for permutations, even A, B and BA are different elements. Okay. So these are the two main functions that we're going to use in ITER tools. And there are a number of modules you can go and check in the documentations of the Python. And so this is another module. That's what we're going to tell you about right now. Back to you, Vinita.
Yes, Shashank. Yes, guys, if you have any more questions, please ask us, or else we are ready to discuss more programs. Just text in questions or programs. We'll do that.
I think there are not many questions right now. We can end the session.
Okay. Okay, we'll just end the session then. Thank you, guys. If you have any more doubts, you can reach out to us through the Telegram group. And the question for today will be sent in the Telegram group within 2 minutes. Don't worry about that. And yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.